Alright, you want to grow your chest? You've been asking me about it a lot. Well, this video is for you. I have 5 crucial rules that you need to apply in order to grow your chest, alright? Follow them in order and trust me, your chest and your body will thank you later, especially when you'll be on the beach and everyone will be looking at your chest, alright? Number 1, I want you to master the push-up. A lot of people start training, they jump straight to the weights, the machines, but they can't even master the foundations, the body, weight, basics. A push-up, I want you to master the push-up and I want you to execute it in a way where you're feeling your chest, alright? Next chest workout, stop everything you're doing, start with properly executing your push-up and getting your mind in that muscle and feeling your chest. I'm not saying just going through the motion and pumping reps that will do nothing for you, but really going down, up, all the way up, feeling your chest working. The push-up, once you master it, you will apply the technique on every other pressing movement that will help you blow up your chest, alright? So master the push-up, shoulders down, make sure that you're really engaging your chest and not just pushing with your triceps and shoulders, alright? That's number 1, master the push-up and incorporate it in your workouts. After you master it, it's good, but now what do we do with it? Well, we're gonna incorporate it in our workouts. You can finish your workouts, that's what I do. I finish my workouts, my chest workout, after I'm done, my chest is exhausted, I will do 5 sets of push-ups to failure with only 20 seconds rest in between each set. Trust me, you'll feel like crazy pump. Push-ups are a great, powerful movement to blow up your chest. Sounds crazy, right? It's body weight only, but it will blow up your chest if you do it correctly. Alright, use it to kinda amplify everything else you do. So, moving on. Tip number 2. And second thing you should do is, I want you to write down on a piece of paper right now after this video, or now, pause and do that. Alright, 5 chest exercises that you feel the best. I'm not talking about what you saw Arnold doing or what you saw The Rock doing in his last video. What you feel the best. Do you feel your chest when you're doing the bench press with the bar? Write it down. Do you feel your chest better when you're doing incline press with a dumbbell or with the bar? Do you feel better your chest with a pec deck fly machine or a cable crossover or a dumbbell fly? Alright, I want you to write down a variation of each exercise. So it could be an incline, a flat press, a fly, an incline fly, push-ups, dips. What do you feel better in your chest? Alright, not what looks better or what exercise you can load weight on the most. We all know the bench press. We can all put a 3 plate there or 2 plates and press it to make everyone impressed. But what do you feel better in your chest? Alright, that's what I want you to write down and stick to those exercises. If you feel your incline dumbbell press, you feel it better than the incline barbell press, then don't do any more barbell press. Stick with the incline press and improve at it, progressively overload at it and perfect it, alright? Whatever you're good at, stay there and improve there, alright? It's like going from, if you keep changing it up, it's like going from being an accountant to a firefighter to a cook. No, stay with whatever you master, whatever you feel better, and overload on it. So you wrote down those 5 exercises. Those are the ones that you'll be doing each single workout. Now, it's not gonna always be the same because you will change orders. Sometimes you might start with a pec deck fly or a dumbbell fly, whatever you feel best, and then you'll move on the presses. Other time you can start with the presses and then move on the flies. Other time you can start with the incline and then do the flat press, and you got the idea, you switch it up like that. Sometimes you can do more circuits, sometimes you can do heavier weight. So that was tip number 2. You write down all the exercises that you feel best. For me, it's the pec deck fly, seated. The incline dumbbell press, I feel it so good in my chest. It engages my chest so good. Alright, it takes away all the shoulder tension that I feel on the barbell incline press. The bench press, I do feel it fairly well. The cable crossover fly, high to low. I hate low to high, high to low. And push-ups. Those are my 5 exercises. I stick to them. That's all I've been doing. Alright, but my chest is pretty good, right? You might say, well, you've just been doing the same thing. It doesn't matter because I progressively overload on them and I switch the order. So that was tip number 2. Tip number 3. Are you ready for it? Drop the weight. Most people are going way too heavy when they're training, especially when they're pressing. They're going too heavy. You're pressing those 2 plates, but you're bouncing the weight off. You're going too heavy. When you go too heavy, you will force your body to compensate with other muscles. So because your chest can take it all, now it's your shoulders and your triceps and your traps that are engaging. So now you have less tension on your chest. So you gotta find that sweet spot, and most of the time it's dropping the weight, making sure that you're not going too heavy. So you're just isolating your chest. It's crazy. We want to isolate our chest. Even when we're pressing, we don't want the triceps and the shoulders to take over. All right, so don't go too heavy, drop the weight, and make sure that you're controlling the way down instead of just bouncing it. All right, most people, if I can tell them one tip, is drop the weight. Drop the weight and do it better. Perform the technique, master the technique, perfect the technique, and drop the weight, drop your ego. All right, lifting heavy for 2-3 reps won't get you much. We're bodybuilders, we're trying to get the muscle to failure. It's not by just loading the weight up and bouncing it off the chest. All right, you might work your joints that way now and get injured. Now, tip number 4. Improve your mind-muscle connection. The mind-muscle connection is the most important thing when it comes to building muscle mass. You gotta get inside that muscle. You gotta make sure that you get inside the muscles and you feel the squeeze and the stretch. All right, I have a friend that presses almost 4 plates, but his chest is tiny. Actually, he does 4 plates, but his chest is tiny. Because what does he do? He basically just go through the motion. He doesn't think about it. He closes his breath, boom, boom. He's a power lifter. Yes, he's super strong. He's a beast. But his chest is not that impressive at all, all right? His chest is actually very tiny compared to his shoulders or arms, because he's training like a power lifter. He's focusing on the external force. Boom, boom, moving the weight from A to B. That's not our goal. Our goal is getting inside, doing the internal work, squeezing, stretching, getting inside that chest and feeling every single rep. All right, so the mind-muscle connection, you can improve it by slowing down the repetition, so the tempo, increasing your time under tension. All right, so you will do more reps and you will just slow down on the way down, controlling it, not being explosive. Sometimes being explosive will engage more muscles because you're explosive and you want to recruit more muscles. What else? Squeezing your chest after your set. So you finish your set, boom, you squeeze for 5-10 seconds, you keep that pump, you keep that blood in there, and also not taking a lot of rest. When you take a lot of rest, your body cools down, not ideal. All right, so you gotta kind of get it back on. So that's why I love doing a lot of supersets, giant sets, just to keep the blood in there and get a good pump. Keep that pump, and the pump will help you with the mind-muscle connection. So that was super important. Tip number 5. So we covered the mind-muscle connection, dropping the weight, choosing the exercise that you feel best, push-ups. Well, tip number 5 will be pre-exhausting your chest. All right, that's a very good tip that I would give to most people that can't grow their chest. What is pre-exhaustion? Pre-exhaustion basically means fatiguing a muscle before getting to the compound movement. So for your chest, it means before getting to the presses, you would do an isolation exercise. Mike Metzer used to do that, even Arnold. All the golden era bodybuilders loved pre-exhaustion. So basically you would do a flying exercise, an isolation, to wake up, turn on your chest, and pre-fatigue it before you go to your pressing. It will give you so many benefits. One of the drawbacks is that you will lift less weight. It will hinder your ego because now you're pressing less because your chest is a bit tired. But in terms of gaining muscle mass, it will just explode and blow up your results. Why? First of all, you just turned on your chest by doing your fly. Now that you go to your presses, your chest is more activated and it will engage better. All right. Number 2, lower risk of injury, because now your tendon, your chest already got some blood in there. You got the exercise from the fly, so you lower the risk of injury. A lot of people start with the bench, they go super heavy, boom, they tear their pec. It won't be your case because you prepared it well before starting the presses. Number 3 is that your chest now will fail at the same time of your shoulders and triceps. When you're benching or when you're doing incline presses, it's not only your chest working, but also shoulders and triceps. Shoulders and triceps are smaller than your chest, which means they're weaker. So they will fail first if you just bench first. Because now your chest is fresh, shoulders are fresh, triceps are fresh. Well, it makes sense that those two fail before this, because this is so much bigger, it can take a lot more. Now, if I pre-exhaust my chest and I start with flies, I start my pressing with my chest being already tired, so it kind of starts at the same level of my triceps and shoulders, and now I finish my pressing and everything is tired at the same time, and I'm able to get my chest to failure with my presses, all right? As opposed to starting with my bench and my fatigue got to failure. My shoulders, I can't do another rep, but my chest actually can get a lot more. How many times did you bench and you didn't feel that your chest got a lot of work? You do feel like you're exhausted, that you gave it all, but your chest doesn't feel like it was very recruited. All right, well, start pre-exhausting, and trust me, huge game changer. So guys, that's it. 5 tips, start with that, and trust me, you will thank me later. Write down in the comment which one you will start with. I want to see you guys commenting. If I don't see comment, I don't see likes, I will be discouraged making more videos. I'm a personal trainer, so I'm giving you all those information kind of for free. The least that you can do, I would appreciate it if you help me grow also my channel by leaving a like, engaging, commenting, send it to a friend that has a small chest. I appreciate all the support. Every time I receive a notification on my phone that someone left a comment, I go check it right away and I reply, because it makes my day. Honestly, I want to grow my YouTube and it's been a bit of a challenge for me, but thanks to you guys, I'll see you guys soon. Stay